Hey, I'm Lewis Watson, and you're watching 101.9 KINK Radio in the Skype Live studio.
Lewis Watson. Oh, sounds great. Got a couple quick questions for you.
Of course.
Nothing too painful, nothing too serious. So I know your YouTube channel helped you get your start.
Yes.
What was your big break, would you say?
Around kind of a year into doing YouTube, I'm from Oxford, and we have a load of pubs, and so we have a load of open mic.
In England?
We have a load of open mic nights, and so I was fortunate enough to be able to perform almost every single night as well. I was doing both of them, and I'd built up a kind of following in both arenas, I guess, the pincer movement. And about a year into the YouTube thing, people were asking me to release an EP, you know, and I had enough original songs, and I really wanted to provide that, and so I got that done, and as soon as I released that independently, I was top 10 in the iTunes charts. I had outsold Adele and Drake for a day, you know. Only a day,
hey, that's an important day. Take it.
Yeah, but you can say
yeah,
that I outsold Adele. Who else can say that?
Not many people, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
Speaking of your albums, the new album's Midnight.
Yes.
And then the album before that was The Morning.
Yes.
So is there a connection? What's the meaning behind that?
There is a connection. I'm hoping to kind of end a chapter as well, because when I named my first record The Morning, it was for many reasons. The secret track at the end of the album was called The Morning, and it's a very important track to me, and also The Morning, you know, it's the first part of the day, and it was my first record. But as soon as I called it The Morning, a lot of family and friends were like, "Oh, what's the next one? Going to be called Brunch or something?" And you know, and I was like, man, this is such an important moment for me, just ruining it for me. So now I'm kind of hoping to end the chapter with Midnight. But it's named Midnight. Again, the secret track on Midnight is called Midnight. I've said Midnight so many times today. But it's a real contrast and an evolution from the first record, and I wanted to show that in as many ways as possible. And so the title was the first way for me.
What advice would you give someone just trying to break into the business?
It sounds super cliche,
yeah.
But it's to keep it up. You know, if you want to be good at anything, be it drawing or football, soccer, you know, you just practice, and it's exactly the same with not only guitar playing and singing, but being on stage. You know, it's a completely different beast to being in the studio, and so I was fortunate enough, as I said, you know, where I grew up, I just had the opportunity to do that, and so I did that as often as I could, and you know, whilst you're kind of, I don't know, improving at all of those things, you're also building a following. You know, people will be interested, and somebody who hears you will tell their friend, and they'll tell their friends, and it kind of really spreads. But it sounds stupid, but you know, good music always rises to the top, and whether it takes a month or 10 years, you know, if you keep at it, I promise it will happen for you.
I don't think it sounds stupid.
No,
at all.
It's good advice.
Thank you.
Now, since you were on YouTube, and we know there's lots of crazies online, did anything what's the craziest thing that's happened to you as your fame has grown?
Do you know, I've been so lucky that the people who listen to my music and follow me online, they're just really nice people, you know, and I feel like we're very similar in a way, and so I've been super lucky. You know, I've kind of avoided the whole
hiding in your dressing room.
Yeah, exactly, and that kind of stuff. So it's great.
No underpants in the mail.
No, I did have one pair of children's Superman pants thrown at me once.
Yikes!
That's odd.
They were brand new, still had the tag
okay.
on. Yeah. But that was
leave
in
that right there.
Ireland. Yeah, it's quite weird. Well, you know the Irish. Yeah. So
yes, I do.
When you're on tour like this, do you get homesick? It must be lonely.
Yeah, I do. And actually, you know, I'm doing this tour in particular completely by myself. I have no manager or sound guy or tour manager or anything like that. Friends, I have no friends.
Oh,
so, let's go to a pub after this. It's not even noon, is it?
Thank you. No, it's somewhere it is.
Somewhere it is.
But yeah, so it does get quite lonely. But the first night was actually in Seattle, and that was the first time I'd ever been to Seattle, and it's so similar to home. You know, it's raining and it's green and it's hilly, and that's something that I wish that was like in the middle of the tour, so that when I was getting homesick, I could have had, you know, a little dose of home. But unfortunately, it was at the start of the tour, so it's just...
if you can stick around till tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy, rainy, and a high of 50.
Unfortunately, I'll be in San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being here.
No, thank you.
Will you play another one for us?
Yeah, I've got a few.
It's Lewis Watson.
Right. Thank you.